When we're involved in projects, we are real catalysts for change. And whilst on the one hand we have to respect the sensibilities of the local cultures, I am also passionate about trying to create change. And that whole adage about you can't make an omelette without cracking eggs, And so I do feel that it is my job as well to not just comply with the constraints of the society there, but to try and break through that and to try and do things in the way that I believe to be the best way to achieve change and to achieve a better goal and to provide choices. And so Singing Gorilla has 4 types of projects. We have the creative projects. This is the music school, and where the music school goes out and it makes money from performances. We then have our community projects. Now the community projects are the water projects, and this is where we go and install the 3,000 litre water tanks. And to date we've got over 55 of these water tanks now installed in different parts of the district. The strategy is that we install one 3,000 litre water tank per month. The cost of a water tank is about £600 to purchase, to transport and to install. The third type of projects are the health projects, and the health project is really based around the construction of a health clinic. We've got a 2018 project and where we're going to be building a ward as well. We employ about 7 staff, which is a mixture of enrolled nurses, clinical officers, and we probably treat on a daily basis on average about 20 people, and it's open 5 days a week. The fourth type of project we do are the educational projects, and there we support a number of schools, both government schools and private schools. And the government schools we tend to do infrastructure projects where we build classrooms, latrines, kitchens, and the provision of water filtering to provide fresh water in classrooms for children. And in the private schools it tends to be more focused on an individual child and where you sponsor the child themselves. And so to date we're sponsoring close on 50 children, and we're supporting a number of government schools. Now we're supporting villages up and down the Inteco Ridge, which is a ridge of hills from Kisoro all the way to the DRC border, and so we are servicing schools in a town called Roboguri, through to Nchikomo, which is down towards the DRC border, and through to sort of more remote villages such as Bikokora and Kabaya and Suma. So sort of managing one's time is always a challenge, but what I've really experienced is actually the less time that I spend on Dunstan Thomas, the better I am at my job at doing it, and which is a kind of really weird sort of juxtaposition of ideas, isn't it really? Sort of you'd expect that the more time you spend on something, the better you get at it. But I actually find that time out of the business, spent within Singing Gorilla projects, it gives me the energy when I come back to really accelerate my ideas and to focus on the things that are important to the business. And I think what we've seen over the past 4 years within the business, the exponential growth Dunstan Thomas has gone through. We are now 130 people, a £15 million business. With a strategy to acquire more businesses, and so I think that's evidence that it is probably a good thing for people to have other things in their lives other than just work. But I've got quite a lot of members of staff who help fund activities from water tanks through to educational programs, and through to helping out in the health centres, and that we've also developed out there. And so not only are our staff sort of physically and participating in the projects, but they're also remotely helping to fund and making the thing a success. Now from time to time I have members of staff who also go out there, and there was one occasion where we took one member of staff and where we felt that he needed a bit of a change of scene, and so he came out to Uganda with us. He came down to look for the gorillas, a real physical experience for him, and he came back to the UK, and I'd like to think that he performed even better in his job, and he's still with us today, and he's one of our key members of staff here at Dunstan Thomas, and so I'm really happy for him. I'm really pleased for the way that things have worked out thanks to Singing Gorilla Projects, and he was able to do that. So at the beginning of each year, we put together a business plan, and just as we've done Dunstan Thomas, for the various streams of business, we clearly have a business plan. Likewise for Singing Gorilla projects, and so for 2018, 2019, across the different streams of projects within our water projects, we're building a water pipe where we're pumping water from 1,800 metres up to 2,300 metres, and we're using a technology called hydraulic ram technology. Now, hydraulic ram doesn't use any energy, any kind of fossil fuels or any electricity. It just uses the force of water to move water from one place to another place. And so we've got a proof of concept running at the moment where we're moving water there. Then in our educational projects, we are building some classrooms in a very remote village called Morore. Now, Morore is probably the closest you can get to the windy impenetrable forest without actually touching it. And it's a very remote community. They've got one classroom which they have to share between 7 classes, and so you can see the kinds of challenges that they have there. So we're going to be building a classroom there. That's in 2018, and then in 2018-19 in our health projects we're going to be building 2 wards, and so we're going to have a children's ward, a female ward, a male ward, and also a maternity suite as well. And so these are some pretty big significant project works, and that we're going to probably take us through to 2020.